Hi guys, I'm Abby. Island Revolution Mixed Martial Arts. We have 2 locations here in Central Arkansas. I've been training in martial arts for about 22 years. I started in Taekwondo and traditional martial arts like karate. Then I went over to kickboxing, and now I've been training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. We were introduced to Master Marcos' sales DVDs at Lloyd Irvin's last training in January of 2011. Since using those DVDs, we have doubled our enrollment percentage, and where it has really helped us most is with training staff, because it comes with some information as far as training staff. Now, I was a little bit unsure about these DVDs when we first went to the event, because I had already had a traditional background in martial arts. I had already done a lot of sales training. I had already done a lot of training as far as running a program. I kind of knew how the quote-unquote traditional model went as far as upgrades, running your gym, putting a system, and things like that. However, this DVD was really good for us still because it was well laid out, it was planned out, and it had a great plan that we could just give straight from the DVDs and put right in here in our gym and use. And it took a lot of the guesswork out as far as like moving that traditional martial arts model over to MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So if you're a traditional martial arts school owner, if you have that kind of background and you're, now you're involved in MMA and you're kind of, you're sitting at home thinking to yourself like, I know these business practices that work in traditional martial arts, and I'm trying to make it work in my jiu-jitsu school, but a little, jiu-jitsu is a little bit different, or MMA is a little bit different. This DVD is going to be great for you because now you're not going to have to do all that work at home. You're not going to have to do all that thinking. You're not going to have to do all that planning. You know the business systems that work if you've done traditional martial arts. And now if you get these DVDs, these sales DVDs, it's going to give you a whole plan, everything to put in place as far as getting students in the door, getting them on their free trial, talking to them, getting them signed up, and then getting them upgraded into the program that's best for them, as well as keeping them. It's going to take you through everything that you need to get, like I said, to get a student in the door, all the way through preventing cancellations, keeping them. Retention is really important. You guys know that, and this is going to help you with all of that. Now, if you don't come from a traditional martial arts background, if you're just one of those people, you train jiu-jitsu, you train MMA or something, kickboxing, and you opened a gym, by now you have probably realized that you don't just need to know martial arts to own a gym and to run a gym. You actually have to know how to sell people, how to market, how to run a business, not just teach martial arts. Martial arts is part of it, but you have to learn, like I said, how to sell people and things like that. If you have never had any kind of training from a traditional martial arts background as far as like how to sell people or how to handle a person once they've walked in the door, what to do, what to say, how to give them an intro class or anything like that, this DVD is going to be the best investment that you can make with your money. I really can't tell you enough, like, you should invest in this DVD if you have no sales training at all, without a doubt. Like I said before, it's going to help you when a person comes in the door, what to say to them, how to get them signed up, how to get them upgraded into a program, and what that all translates to is for you to make money and for you to continue making money in your gym. Because teaching class is great, that's part of your job, but if you're not signing people up, you're not going to be able to pay your rent, you're not going to be able to pay your bills, you're not going to be able to keep your gym open, and you have to keep your gym open if you want to continue training, if you want to continue teaching, and if you want your students to continue working there. So if you have no sales training, or if you have sales training from a traditional martial arts background and you don't want to do the work, all the brain work of planning this out for your gym, just get these DVDs. You can pop them in the DVD player, you can watch them over the weekend, and then it's going to be really easy. You just come back to your gym, all the forms come with it, okay? So all you have to do is change a couple things, put your gym's name in there, and then you have a full system that's ready to go so that you can start selling people right away the next Monday. Okay, that's all it takes. If you have some staff that you need to train right now, if you're doing your sales and you don't want to do it anymore, which you shouldn't be doing it anyways if you're the gym owner, and you need to train some staff, now you don't even have to do any brain work as far as like, how am I going to train my staff? How am I going to do all these things because I'm too busy with my gym, I don't have time to train somebody. Now you don't have to train them. You just have to give them the DVDs. You have to say, take this home on the weekend, watch it. I'm going to give you a test when you come back, and hopefully they're going to watch it and pass the test, and now you've just hired somebody that fully knows the system. And the test comes with it. You don't even have to make the test. Okay? So all those things are going to come with it. The price that I paid and that you guys are probably going to pay for these DVDs, you can make back just signing up one person. Okay? Actually, it's less than signing up one person, less than the life of their contract. Okay? So if you own a gym, if you're thinking about starting a gym, any of those categories, the best investment you can make with your money is getting these DVDs.